Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to your June tarot reading. So if you're curious about the astrology of the month, I won't talk about it here, but I will be posting about it in my community page when the time arrives. But I've also made an astrology reading, so if you're curious, you can check out, and I will talk about the whole month, what's happening for your zodiac specific events. Okay, so let's get into it and see what the first thing is. Okay, we have control your anger or you will be sorry with lightning as the first major highlight. Then we have the second one as firecracker with excitement. And the third is older woman, which says dealings or relationship with an older woman. Okay, then your tarot cards, we have the justice clarified by the star. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's just see all of the cards and then we'll talk about it. We have the chariot coming through, clarified by the 7 of Wands. I was hearing the message while I was shuffling you must follow your gut instinct, or like you must listen to your gut. Something like that was coming through. Yeah. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles, clarified by the 2 of Cups. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles, clarified by the 7 of Swords. For some reason, I'm getting like really specific examples. And then we have the 5 of Swords, clarified by the 9 of Swords. Okay. Okay. So it looks as though you have a lot of things going on in the month of June. Okay, there's too many things and you might be pulled in multiple directions. So this would be a time that you would love all of the support that you can get, right? And there is, with the Ace of Pentacles here, there's like a new friendship forming or a new partnership forming here. And the connection you're in, there's like a rejuvenation, revival, new kind of support towards one another. That's definitely there. And with the Justice and the Star, if you're wanting to legalize a partnership, that can be coming to fruition as well. But there can be some naysayers, okay? Someone, maybe older woman, perhaps someone's parent or grandparent or someone who is age-wise older, yes, but even in terms of finances, like has more influence basically. It's the matriarch energy that I'm getting with the Queen of Pentacles as well. But there seems to be some type of shadiness, like, oh, you're gonna marry this lady, you know, that type of thing, or you're gonna marry that, oh, all right. You know, kind of underhanded, passive-aggressive type of behavior is what I'm picking up. And it can be a boss as well, does not have to be a parent, of course. It can be a boss, someone who is very calm and content and no one can like find any faults in this person. But because of their calm, collected nature, if they want to be mean, they are also underhanded in that way. So no one else can feel what you would feel in that situation. Okay, so like watch out for that. And it can even be like, it can be co-workers as well, but they have to be like more experienced in some way, or they're like older in some way. So let's say both of you are partnering up in like a team project or something, and then this person is like, well, I'm older and I put in more knowledge, so I should get all of the credit and I did most of the work, even though you were the one putting in most of the legwork. You were the one attending to the phone calls and the you know, making the appointments, or you were like getting the resources to make something a reality. Meanwhile, this person was there kind of giving you orders. That's something I'm getting. So there is some type of disagreement here for sure with the 5 of Swords here that can be a little bit worrisome because you don't know how to get out of it. It's just a generally frustrating situation, but one thing to note is that because it's clarified by the Nine of Swords, a lot of this worry is built up in your mind as well. Okay, this is when we drive ourselves crazy. That's the Nine of Swords, where we take on a lot of thoughts on us, and we kind of feel trapped in that situation, or that nothing can be done, and we're panicking and anxious and things like that. So if you're already prone to anxiety, I would suggest you take like extra care for yourself. And if that means like taking a holiday once in a while from your work, even if there's like a lot to do or whatever, for the sake of self-care, if you can, of course it's up to you, but whenever you do feel like overwhelmed or anxious because of external situations or other people, just take a bit of break so you can care for yourself first. For sure, you can deal with it. That's not the problem. You're an earth sign, you're a cardinal sign, and you're an expert at like dealing with difficulties and difficult connections as well. But it's like you need to prioritize yourself. With the Seven of Swords, it's like listen to your own voice, listen to that your own rhythm, and it might put you in a bit of a rebel position because you're just like, okay, I don't care what needs to be delivered and whatnot. I'm just gonna go and take a bit of a break, and don't bother me from this time to this time or whatever. And others might see you like, okay, what's their deal? What's Capricorn's deal? But you know what your deal is. You're doing this to care for yourself, okay? And that is very rejuvenating for you. With the Ace of Pentacles, it feels, I'm hearing a new lease for something, or a new lease in life as well. It's like harmonizing yourself is super important. That's why I think I was getting that, listen to that gut. The first feeling is not going to be to destroy everything. It's not about, anger is not really the first thing. It can be instinctual for some, but it's not the most natural thing to happen. It's not the first reaction that happens. If you look backward and think about what came right before the anger, it was a bubbling up in your gut or in your throat. Like, I want to say something, I want to do something. That there was a desire that came before it became anger. So if you respond to that desire of wanting to go away from a situation, or wanting to take a break, or I can't deal with this right now, those feelings that come right before you just break down and be frustrated, that is going to be very helpful in getting you to speed along this month. Okay, speed along in the direction that you are wanting, instead of being pulled in two different directions based on what other people want. So the Seven of Wands, clarifying this, the Chariot as well, talks about if you are empowering yourself and protecting yourself from external triggers and influences and other people's opinions, you will be surprised at how far you go, okay? And how quickly you surmount the obstacles, and such that the obstacles don't even feel like huge problems, okay? And we have 7 and 7 as well, which is very defined in nature. It is indicating that you have the protection and also the guidance here. But because it's also very fast-paced, it might be difficult to tune into that inner voice and that instinct that I'm talking about. It's difficult to tune in, but it's not impossible. And actually, if you manage to find some time for you every day, like 5-10 minutes to even meditate and like release the toxicities of the day, to just cleanse yourself properly, or like in the morning, maybe meditate, collect your thoughts, write things down, instead of trying to bottle it up in, or like thinking and circulating in your mind, that will do wonders in bringing you into balance. Because the Justice with the Star, as the first set of cards that came out, it means that you are finding harmony within every area of your life, or at least that's what you're striving to maintain here. So mental harmony and relational harmony as well. And with the Star here, it indicates there is healing too. So if there's already a relationship that you're dealing with like this underhanded type of behavior, then this can mean that you are taking the necessary steps to bring the equilibrium back. And if you experience this in this month, throughout the month, you're going to be figuring out how to find that balance in this give and take. Just because you're older and more experienced does not mean you are a queen or a king or whatever, right? It does not put you automatically on the throne. Right now you're in this project, or right now you're dealing with this, so just deal with this, So So that fairness and equality definitely is a thing. If you have ongoing legal issues, then this indicates there is some type of success. You will be in the defensive position, but you're going to be successful here. There can be some jealousy and bitterness, and the process itself might be a little bit strenuous, but yeah, I think ultimately it is going to work out in your favor. Yeah, with all these swords, I'm mostly feeling like your emotions are fine, but your mental state is not very peaceful. Okay, just gonna give it to you as it comes, right? But yeah, this is like if you are not prioritizing things, and of course there are external situations, so it's really in your hands with the Ace of Pentacles as well. It's in your hands how you react to certain situations. Because we also have that excitement, right? So it's not like this is the overwhelming part of the month. This is like one storyline that's going on. But at the same time, you're really excited for what is to come next. Because let's say you don't like this fishy business, and you definitely care about integrity and like humility as well, like do your work and co-create and all of that. You don't need to like hype things up all the time and all of that. So that grounded approach is kind of gathering steam here, and you're likely to make a lot of connections this time, especially 21st onward when the sun moves into Cancer. But while Mercury and the sun are still in Gemini, it can feel a little bit hectic for you. Okay, a lot of documents coming in, a lot of work to be done, a lot of conversations going on and all of that. You might feel like, why do I find time to accommodate for everything? I need to care for myself as well, and so on. Right, so a little bit hectic, but then it slows down towards the end, and you can feel some sense of satisfaction, camaraderie, and connection as well as the month progresses. So you're excited about all the work that has been done. Hectic or not, you have surmounted through a lot through this month, and you have dealt with different types of people and different tasks as well, and it makes you feel quite triumphant by the end of the month. And moving forward, you have a lot more hope about what is to come in. There can be some like fears and insecurities that can come up because we have Venus and Mars in Leo in your 8th house. So again, I talk about this in the astrology, but just gonna bring it back because I see an interconnection here. Is some fears and insecurities can come up, like doubting yourself. For example, can I win this? Can I get this job through this interview? Will this interview go well? What is this person thinking about me? What is that person thinking? Am I answering correctly? Or things like that. Am I on the right path? Etc. There can be some insecurities that come up, that other people are winning and I'm not winning. When will it be my time? And things like that. So you can find yourself getting frustrated, but also these thoughts are kind of looping in your head and making you feel less than you actually are. That's the thing with the Nine of Swords. It's not truly that, but that is a perception that you have, and that is true. Okay, you do feel that way, and I'm not saying discount it completely and that it's just stupid thoughts, ignore it. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that that's not reality, so you can process that, right? You can see where the triggers are coming from. For some of you, it can be through your parent figure, okay, mother figure. More specifically, perhaps they were very competitive, or they encouraged you to be very competitive and did not allow you to have your own voice or follow your heart or even your gut instinct, passion, etc. So you felt like you needed to be a certain way, even though you knew that you were not like that deep down. So there is that contradiction that can be brought up around this time. So these frustrations, if you feel like you cannot control yourself and that your instinct and your response is immediately anger, then pause for a moment and think about why that is. Why is this reaction? Because every child like imitates someone, right? Either it is cultural or societal or parental, or all three in most cases. We need to kind of examine as and when we are like coming more into directing our own lives ourselves, right? To see what things are not making us happy in life. There's like nothing wrong in feeling happy, right? So we are always curious about, okay, why do I do this? Even though many of us like don't follow through with that train of thought, we still have those thoughts come up at some point. So this is one of those times where you have this opportunity, because Venus is there. It really signifies opportunity, and there is a huge chance of healing and moving on from the past as well. So entertain that thought, not in a way like give into it, but like accept that there is this thought or that instinct within you, and instead of shaming yourself or guilting yourself or feeling sorry for yourself, just ask yourself why that is. Where does it come from, and why is it in you at this time? Why are you perceiving a certain situation this way? And there are many other sources, like if you just search about just anger, there are Psychology Today, for example, and you can see metaphysical meanings, subconscious meanings. There are a whole bunch of things you can try. I just try very random things, so I can't like remember from the top of my head. But yes, that can be helpful in bringing you balance, because towards the end you definitely are making huge progress, but you're really being determined to do that. Then we have external validation, and we have collaboration of souls. This is basically summing up everything we've talked about right now. External validation is, will other people accept? Do other people agree? Will I be approved? Things like that. Are you... A little bit of external validation everybody needs, and there needs to be a balance as well of, you know, how much we validate ourselves and how much others do. But honestly, it's the internal voice that is going to determine how you actually feel about a situation. People can be complimenting you everywhere, but if you don't feel like you have the right to be complimented or that you are not enough, then you're not able to accept the external validation because of a lack of internal validation. So these are some things, some triggers that can come up, or some things you're thinking about around this time. And we have collaboration of souls, which is one of my favorite cards in this, because it means you have support and you are in alignment with the universe. Okay, so whatever comes up here, it does not mean that you're straying away from your path or straying away from your future. It's just that on the path there is something to deal with, and as you deal with it you make further progress. So you're always on the path, okay? And you will have support. The more if you ask for help, you will receive it, especially 21st onwards. And wherever you need help, there will be help. I don't think you're alone in this. There is some type of team involved in terms of work, or like friendship circles, or just romantic partners as well, who are very supportive and all of that. They are a part of your life this month, and I think you're very grateful as well. The Ace of Pentacles reminds me of gratitude. You're just very thankful for the connections you have. Capricorns, please, in the month of June. We have Leo, 8,000 Mars. Wow, that is the exact aspect that's already there in the month of June. It already started like at the end of May, and it's fully present in the month of June, and it even is squaring with Taurus. Where is your Taurus? 8th and... yeah, that's your 5th house. So what do you want to be doing? What does your heart say? Where is your passion taking you? How can you change your hobbies a little bit, shake things up a bit, and maybe in your romantic life as well, to add a little bit of spice, some mystery, to improve your connection and have more fun within your relationships as well. Wow, so this one is going to be a very principled theme. If you can, read about it. Mars in Leo, what does that mean? Mars in 8th house, what does that mean? Leo in the 8th house, what does it mean? Okay, that is going to be, maybe you get some more insights. Different people have a different way of putting out information, so maybe that helps. So that's what I have for you, Capricorns. Thanks for being here. I hope the reading resonated, that it helps you out, more importantly. Let me know your thoughts. And if you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.